Country people, una well done. Una welcome to DGM TV, the Ogbonge TV station when they give una Ogbonge news story as it dey happen and as it dey hot.
DGM TV.
My dear good people of Edo State, I am addressing you today on the unfortunate events relating to the Edo State House of Assembly. The crisis in the Edo State Legislature dates back to June 17, 2019, when, upon my proclamation of the 7th Edo State House of Assembly, some members-elect refused to present themselves for inauguration. The Federal High Court, sitting in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, in a judgment delivered on 12th of September 2019, decided that my proclamation of the House of Assembly was lawful and that the National Assembly could not take over the functions of the Edo State House of Assembly as the conditions for doing so did not exist. The court judgment affirmed that the House of Assembly was duly inaugurated and held that the governor or any other person could not issue another proclamation. After this judgment, the 14 members-elect continued to stay away from the House of Assembly and refused to be inaugurated to perform their elected roles of representing their constituencies. Having failed to sit for over 180 sitting days, the leadership of the House of Assembly had no option but to declare their seats vacant and requested the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to conduct fresh elections to fill the vacancies that had been created. Following this action by the leadership of the House, the 14 members-elect approached the Federal High Court, Abuja, to challenge the constitutionality or otherwise of the declaration of their seats vacant. This suit is still pending in the court. This unfortunate situation has festered because a former governor of the state is bent on throwing Edo State into crisis ahead of the forthcoming governorship elections. I want to salute the resolve of all well-meaning Edo people in standing up to thwart the evil plans of these undemocratic elements who are bent on perpetrating an assault on our democracy by the purported inauguration in a private residence. These events portend great danger to the safety and security of our polity. It had all the hallmarks of an attempted coup d'etat. The people of Edo State rose as one to prevent the desecration of our democracy. It is, however, worrisome that certain persons are willing to plunge the society into avoidable anarchy and conflict just to satisfy their illegitimate objectives. These acts are tantamount to treason, contrary to the provisions of the Nigerian Constitution. Be rest assured, dear people of Edo State, that our government will take necessary steps to defend the rule of law and democratic ideals. Any person or group of persons who set out to test our will in this regard will meet with the full wrath of the law. Once again, I thank all Edo people for their resolve to defend our democracy and honor as a people. Thank you, and may the good Lord continue to bless and keep Edo State and the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Stop invasion of Edo Assembly now. PDP charges IG. Says illegal police takeover is a recipe. The People's Democratic Party charges the Inspector General of Police, Adamu Mohammed, to immediately stop the invasion and attempt to forcefully take over the Edo State House of Assembly by security officials illegally deployed from Abuja by the All Progressives Congress. Our party posted invasion and illegal occupation of the state legislature by security agents allegedly deployed by sacked National Chairman Adams Oshiomhole. It's a direct coup against the democratic order of Edo State and a recipe for anarchy, chaos, and bloodletting. We urge the Inspector General of Police to act with dispatch to curb this situation, which has heightened tension in the state and, if not halted, may result in a bloody clash as the citizens are already charged to defend their symbol of democracy from a forceful takeover. The police hierarchy is urged to note that this provocative and lawless act by the APC is part of its plans to overheat the polity, create a security situation with a view to unleash violence on the people, derail the democracy in the state, and blame security agencies. This notorious resort to self-help by the APC and their agents to forcefully take over power through the back door in a state. Our party has been informed that the plot is to use the illegal security operation to seize the processes of the House of Assembly and illegally inaugurate certain individuals whose seats have been lawfully declared vacant, with plans to use them to pull down the democratic structure of the state. The PDP of grand plots by Oshiomhole, working in collaboration with the impeached Deputy Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly to import a fake mace, cause anarchy, and then push for the imposition of a state of emergency in Edo State, saying that they cannot cheap election. Our party therefore charges the police to immediately withdraw the illegally deployed security officers and protect democracy as well as the peace and holiness in Edo State. Our nation cannot afford a breakdown of law and order. As such, is capable of having a spiral effect on other states in the Delta region, which will further result in their consequences to our dear nation. We also restate our call to Muhammadu Buhari to rein in Adams Oshiomhole before he triggers a serious crisis. We don't see the possibility of an impeachment. What we are seeing as a party is an attempt to create chaos which leads to blood in Edo State. And that's why we have quickly come out to ask the IGP to withdraw his men. And they should also advise APC to go and prepare for the election. The APC is not campaigning. The APC is not making any effort towards election. All they are looking for, like they did when the PDP hierarchy visited the Oba of Benin, like they have been and making an attempt to cause bloodletting in the state. And that's why we have come out openly to tell Nigerians to watch closely what the APC is doing in Edo State and his attempt to avoid election and create tension, cause mayhem to the people of Edo State. I thank you all.
They've destroyed generations of kids, left them on the streets, and they want to use these people to consume each other. They are not campaigning on what they can do because they have no records of what they've done. They know they will not win elections in this place. So what have they decided? Propaganda, lies, violence. They say they will come in, they will bring boys, they will come into those polling units, and they will make sure that our votes don't count. I wish them well. I wish them well. When I have all of you, let me see how they will come. You know, you will mobilize for yourselves.
Yes. 4 plus 4.
Nobody has monopoly of violence.
Yes.
If they want violence, we will show them violence. So if I see anybody, if you see anybody smashing any cars because my sticker or poster is in the car, let us know, and we will show that person that we're government. We will show them that we are in government. And I am governor, Philip is deputy governor. We are the only two who have immunity in this state. We are the only 2 people today who have immunity in this state. And I am sending a very clear warning. Very, very clear. If I find anybody misbehaving, no matter who you have been, I will arrest you and I will deal with you.
DJ ATV. DJ ATV.